Silver is surging. Prices are up over 40% in just the last year, more than triple the returns of the S&P 500. And a lot of analysts, myself included, think it has a lot further to go. In fact, I believe silver could run 300 to 500% further before this rally slows. So how do you take advantage? How do you buy silver? What are the easiest ways to do it? What are the most profitable? What are the most risky? Today, I'm going to show you everything. So there are 5 ways to buy silver. You can buy physical silver, and a lot of you pirates out there who love to accumulate coins and bullion, keep them in a safe, this is the only route you're going to go. Nothing wrong with that. There are also ETFs and trusts, mining stocks, futures, options, and some other alternatives as well. So let's go ahead and dive in with the first and most basic option, which is buying physical silver. Now, there are 2 main places to do this. The first, if you want to go straight to the source, is to buy it directly from the U.S. Mint. The site where you'll do that is just usmint.gov. This is an official government website. You can buy coins straight from U.S. Mints, hover over shop. You can see there's gold coins, silver, a lot of other options. When it comes to silver, most people prefer these Morgan and Peace silver dollars. You can buy them by the dozen. 10 at a time, 100 at a time, etc. There's lots of options. Dig through this site. That's how you get it from the U.S. government. If you want more options, there are also other online dealers. And when it comes to bullion, you want to stick with reputable dealers. This is the site APMEX. JM Bullion is another one. I've bought from both of these and had great experiences from both. They offer gold, silver, platinum, coins, bullion, bars, you name it. So you hover over the silver tab here. There's lots of different options. Most people do one of 2 things. Either buy coins. When you're buying coins, you want to buy them from a reputable mint. So the Austrian Mint, the Perth Mint, or a couple of big ones, Royal Canadian, or buying 10 and 100-ounce silver bars. And again, you want to stick to reputable brands. So that's going to be PAMP, J. Mahoney, etc. Now, there are other options. There is eBay. There are local coin shops. There are marketplace. This is an area I don't really dabble into. If you know someone who has a lot of experience, you know a broker, a dealer who can help you navigate this space, power to you. But most people, for the easiest ways to buy physical gold, either straight from the U.S. Mint or from an authorized dealer like APMEX or JM Bullion. Now, the other option, and one that is the easiest, most frictionless transaction, this is also going to allow you to buy it in your IRA or your existing investment account, is through an ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund. Now, ETFs generally do one of 2 things. Either they track the price of a commodity like silver, or they own a basket of securities in a certain sector, subsector, or area. So if you just want something that tracks the price of silver, that's going to move pretty much tick for tick with the price of spot silver, the most liquid option is SLVs, the iShares Silver Trust. And as you see here on the chart, if I were to add the spot price of silver, it moves pretty much in lockstep. Another option, and this is going to give you a little bit more juice, is to buy a gold miners ETF. And the one I would suggest is SIL, the Global X Silver Miners ETF. Now, here's what you need to know about these miners, and especially the mining ETFs. Silver and gold and other metal mining stocks are essentially a leveraged play on the metal. So here's how you need to think about it. If you are a silver mining company, you have what's known as an AISC, an all-in sustaining cost. That's how much it costs you to get the stuff out of the ground. So once you pay for labor, machinery, taxes, office, etc., your cost to get out of the ground is say $30 an ounce, right? So if silver is currently trading for $40 an ounce, your profit is $10. The 30 it costs you to get out of the ground minus the 40 you sell it for. If the price of silver rises 20%, so it goes from 40 to 50, your profit goes from $10 to $20. Costs you the same $30 to get out of the ground, but instead of selling it for 40, you're now selling it for 50. So on a 20% increase in the price of silver, your profit is going to increase 100%. Now, this cuts both ways. When silver prices dip, your profits also take a bigger hit. And for this reason, silver miners tend to move in an extreme of the move of the metal. So let's again take this chart of the Silver Miners ETF. I will overlay the spot price of silver. And as you'll notice, let's just take this big run here from early 2024, from low to high. notice that silver, which is here in pink, is up 78%. Meanwhile, the silver miners ETF is up double that at 154. But in down moves, the same thing also happens. Let's take it from the peak here in late 2020 to the trough here in mid-2022. And what you will see is here, even though silver prices fell only about 30%, the silver mining ETF fell 49%. So what I like to do, this is not right or wrong, it's just my preference. I split those silver dollars in half. I put half of them in SLV to track the price of silver, and I put half of them in SIL to own some of these miners. That's going to give me a little bit more upside, a little bit, more heat on the downside. But if I'm confident in my analysis, this to me is a nice kind of 50-50 blend of the two, okay? Now, there are junior miners. SILJ is the junior miners ETF. Same thing as SIL, but it's just a small cap company. So these are by nature riskier assets. Now, if you want to pick individual mining stocks, nothing wrong with that. You can hit it very big. It's a little riskier, but if you do that, again, just my preference, I prefer to stick to the big, highly liquid household names in this space. My 5 favorites are on the screen. Those are Pan American Silver, ticker PAAS, Wheaton Precious Metals, ticker WPM. Now, Wheaton is a slightly different company in the way they're structured. It's sort of a streaming model. So what they'll do is go out, basically buy the rights to certain mines, prospect there. If they hit something great, they'll buy those mines. So it's a little bit different, but same idea. It's going to go up when silver's up and down when it's down. There's Collier Mining, CDE, Hecla Mining, HL. This thing's been a monster. I mean, it has doubled over the last 2 months. And then First Majestic, ticker symbol AG. Buy one of these, buy all of them, up to you. But if you want to dabble in individual stocks in the silver mining space, these would be the ones I pick from. Now, the fourth option, this one's a little bit more exotic, is getting into futures contracts. And futures, if you're not familiar, are a leveraged instrument. What you're doing is buying the future delivery of a certain commodity, in this case, silver. And futures exist for silver, gold, wheat, corn, copper, crude oil, lean hogs, you name it. And these originated to help farmers, because if you are a corn farmer and corn is selling for, I'm just going to make up a number, $40 a bushel, but throughout the year it goes as high as 60 and as low as 20. Well, you're really rolling the dice when it comes to harvest. You've got your entire year of labor tied up in this, and come harvest time, if corn's down at $20 a bushel, you're going to have a very bad year. On the other hand, if you get lucky and it's about 50 or 60, you're going to have a banner year. So what they did is say, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to create these contracts where you can sell this stuff at a future date. So if their harvest hits in September, and in February, corn prices shoot up to 50, 60, 70 bucks a bushel, they can say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and sell my September corn here at this price. I'm going to sell this contract where I guarantee you I will deliver you 10,000 bushels of corn in September at the current agreed upon price of 65 bucks a bushel. If it shoots up to 95, too bad. The farmer doesn't make any more. He's already agreed to sell it at 65. But if it shoots down to 35, he's locked in that price, okay? And so the way silver futures work is there's contracts, I think, every month, if not every month, or every quarter maybe. So when you're buying a silver futures contract, it could be the June contract, the September, the December. The price is going to be pretty close, generally, between these contracts. But the main reason people buy these is for the leverage, because with all futures contracts, you can control a great amount of that commodity for a small amount of money. And people can get 5 to 1, 10 to 1, 20 to 1 leverage on these futures contracts. And day traders love them for that reason. But if you get this wrong and you're levered pretty heavily, you can get knocked out, you can lose all your money and then some. So they are a bit more exotic. There are even options on those silver futures if you want to kind of do leverage on leverage and really take 500 or 1,000 or 10,000, whatever, and really roll the dice to see if you can hit it big. I won't go into the depths of that, but know that is an option. Now, in addition to this, there are other exotic strategies. Some people like to get in and sell option premium. They're selling put spreads, or they're doing debits or credit spreads or option butterflies and all this exotic nonsense. I don't really get into that. 99.9% of traders don't need to bother with all that. But if you want to get cute and fancy with it, you absolutely can. For me, I've always been a keep it simple kind of guy. When it comes to silver, I'm either going to buy the physical commodity from the U.S. Mint or from APMEX or JM Bullion or these reputable dealers, or I'm going to buy it as an ETF, either through SLV, which tracks the price of silver, or through a silver miners ETF like SIL. So hopefully that helps you out a little bit, gives you some direction in terms of how to potentially profit from what could be a big silver boom going forward. Now, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there in the corner to make sure you don't miss the next video update.